Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kaiserreich. A curtain falls across Europe. An iron curtain. In the West, the socialists are ascendant. In the East, democracy still remains. Yugoslavia is united under a democratic government. The Republican Democratic Party has proved to be quite successful. But will it survive? We will see. Okay. Uh-oh. The Reds succeed here. That's exciting. The Russians, by the way, are preparing to crump with the Ottomans, which will put us in an interesting position if we can succeed there. One thing we should probably be doing is continuing to beef up our defenses in the east against the Ottomans, because, you know, those guys are kind of scary. We have no manpower, but it's fine. Everything's fine. How are you? Seems bad. Alright, we have options. So we have 47 days, which means we have some points. I think we should replace the Habsburg legal code. After all, it will increase our political capital gain per turn by 3. That seems pretty strong. In pursuit of integration and centralization, let's replace the old legal codes and administrative system imposed by the Habsburgs. Throw out and retrain judges or bureaucrats to follow a new Yugoslav legal code. Traditions and old practices will be lost, but the Croats and Slovenes will eventually adapt. So we have invested, I believe, above the limit here. I'm going to invest in Serbia. I'm going to invest in Serbia. I'm going to invest in Croatia. And then we're going to wait. Formation of the Orjuna. Not long after the formation of Yugoslavia, its most radical nationalist element began to organize as part of the new state. With the backing of regional officials in Dalmatia and Lika, the Yugoslav Progressive Nationalist Youth, later renamed to the Organization of Yugoslav Nationalists, has been founded in Split. Though open to members from all across Yugoslavia, it's generally dominated by Dalmatian Croats and supports a radical unitarian Yugoslavian ideal. It sympathizes with national populism and operates a paramilitary wing, the Action Groups, which unite hundreds of war veterans and young radicals with the goal of keeping Yugoslavia alive and destroying its separatists via any means necessary. Already they've gained a penchant for violence and terror, raiding and bombing separatist newspaper offices, violently beating up socialists and Croatian nationalists on the street, and so on and so forth. The formation of Orjuna has prompted Croatian nationalists to organize as well, spiking tensions across the Habsburg half of Yugoslavia. Not good. We'll gain a political capital, but the significant average level of Croatian political capital demand is increased. Okay, great. We do have 7. We probably want to, when we're right on the edge, invest a bunch of political capital and stuff. Maybe not all of it, but... Uh-oh. Okay. Conflicts with Sufi orders. Much like in the rest of the Islamic world, Sufi lodges are prolific among Balkan Muslims, disseminating their spiritual teachings in informal gatherings, learning circles, and other venues, be it private or public. Though never banned or discouraged by the Austro-Hungarian government, they were supervised, put under jurisdiction of mainstream religious clerics, a practice which continued under Yugoslavian administration. After the conquest of Bosnia, the government in Belgrade re-established the Islamic Religious Community, IVZ, a centralized organization controlled by an appointed chief cleric and a 4-member council with jurisdiction over Muslim religious affairs. Mainstream Islamic clerics have no love for alternate interpretations of Islam that Sufi offer, however, and have begun using this institution to enforce Sharia law for the entire Muslim community in Yugoslavia. An interreligious conflict is brewing in Bosnia, and the government's forced to take a side. We could curtail the imams for while appease the Sufis, or they have a right to enforce their reading of the Quran. We're going to go with this because the costs are something we can afford to pay. It is 1942. Should probably get excavation 4. More resources, more better. Earl Browder named president. Nothing but a despot in charge of an industrial titan. The socialist situation is not developing in an ideal way. I would expect that these, Anyways, replace the Habsburg legal code. We did it. We have 5 days. We're going to gain 12 political capital per turn. We probably want to improve things with the Croats, who seem to be quite unhappy with us. So, we will do that. We will do that. And that's maxed. We will do the Slovenes. We will do Slovenes again. We will do Slovenes one more time. And I'll leave 2. And let's see. Gaining 2 this turn isn't necessarily great. This doesn't do anything. Increasing gain per turn by 1 is strong. Ooh. Ooh. That's what we want. Brotherhood and unity. We probably want the proclaim the union of Serbo-Croatian. There are no Serbian and Croatian languages, only Serbo-Croatian, spoken by the Serbian, Croatian, and Bosniak peoples. It shall become the official language of Yugoslavia, and all documents shall be published in it, both Latin and Cyrillic script, although other languages of Slovene will remain recognized. Okay, I will do that. New spending round. I will take a look. Alright, everyone's at level 8. At least. We have 12 political capital and gain 12 each turn. In fact, we will gain 13 each turn, which is pretty good. We're going to wait until this ends. Let's see. We want better mountaineers. Eyes and ears. Yeah. Engineering companies. Okay. You know. Feel like the, we don't need this. We don't need that. We don't need you. We probably do need the motorized division to be slightly better. So, engineering company, and support artillery at least. Probably want that as well. Same thing with armor division. Give me engineers. That'll have to do. And then, make them good as well. We do not have enough manpower for that. So we're going to cancel this. So we now have floating manpower. We can afford to have, what is this, exactly 9? That's 9, okay. 9 additional divisions. 15. Yeah, so we want 9. There we go. Because that brings us up to 24. And that's what we want. Alright. Better guns, probably good. Can afford to do that. We want support efficiency. Go efficiency. We want radar. It's strong. The UI is completely broken. I love that. I love when that happens. It's my favorite. Probably do want to just continue to buff up our defenses against the Reds in case they get any bright ideas. But we don't need these guys to get buffed. Well, actually, we don't need anything beyond that point to get buffed, because that's with our allies, not our enemies. So we don't need to buff up the Czechoslovakian defenses any further. That's fine. Except for this point right here. We do probably need to look at rail. The rail situation could be better. Right, we still have right-of-way with the Brits. But the rail situation could indeed be better. Do we have connections? We do. We probably want to improve things. I mean, I think we can just leave it. I think it's fine. Hey! They finally moved that over here. And look at that. We have a West Germany, we have an East Germany. Who's going to win the elections? We shall see who will win. I think we're just going to leave it. Oh, no, we aren't. Yes, we are. We do that, and then do that. That'll be fine. Yep. Wonderful. We have a bunch of divisions. Go here. We've proclaimed the unity of Serbo-Croatia. 53 rounds. Gain political capital this turn. So resettlement. Reduce ethnic relations by -1, significantly reduces average amount of demand. Ally with the landowners. I don't think I need that. Alright, we probably want to renew the resettlement. Bosniak Muslim landowners need to be depowered. We will parcel away their land, distribute to the Croatian and Serbian Croatian peasants, breaking their power base and allowing us to control Bosnia much more thoroughly. That's probably good for us. So we have 12 political capital. We'll gain 13. So we want... Again, we're going to wait till the end, because that is going to harm our situation vis-a-vis Bosnians. The Bosnians are already not big fans with... No, actually, we're fine with the Bosnians. Everything's chill with Bosnia. Interesting. Oh my gosh, you kidding me? Radicalization of the Party of Rights. The Croatian Party of Rights had initially dissolved after the foundation of Yugoslavia, but have gathered once again, this time with the stated purpose of defending the, quote, the Croatian state right. The new Belgrade order has deeply affected the Croatian Nationalist Party. It's allied itself with the Croatian Peasants' Party in order to form the Croatian National Representation, a joint political force, but over the time it's been increasingly overtaken by radicalism. New cadres within the party, recruited throughout the world, show a tendency for increasingly violent, radical rhetoric, discreetly or even openly endorsing a terrorist campaign against the Yugoslav state in order to evict the Serbs and establish an independent state of Croatia. This Croatian state should encompass the maximum extent of Croatian claims, including Bosnia and Serbia, and purified ethnic minorities. Such rhetoric continues to spread amongst the Croatian population, raising tensions further. That doesn't sound good. Boo. That's the Croatians. Yeah, the Croatians are mad. We probably want to legislate freedoms now. Seems like a good idea. Improve our stability situation. Oh my gosh, we actually have options. I mean, this seems like literally the best option. Do we have anyone who's like crazy cracked good? We have an infantry guy. Equipment capture guy. I don't know if equipment capture guy is super important. We might want a... first of all, we want to replace you with Slavko Stancer, who's just better at coordination. Alright, well, we want to unappoint you. And then we want to appoint the coordination guy who doesn't suck. Yeah, you. Nice. Now we have better reinforcement and better coordination. Pretty soon, we'll trade out our infantry specialist for a infantry expert, assuming we can find one. We have an army logistics expert, which might be worth it for trading out Mr. Engineering Specialist for army logistics expert. Again, a lot of these guys are from the country that, from the guys we just fought. I have no complaints there. Let's disperse our industry. I think we can afford to do some of that. Holy crap, that's not good. Issues teaching Serbo-Croatian. Though Serbo-Croatian is enforced as the official language of Yugoslavia, trying to enforce it is met with issues. Not only are there regions where literacy remains minimal, the mountains of Bosnia, Macedonia, Montenegro, for example, but the difference in script is more difficult hurdle to pass than anticipated. Bureaucrats and officials proficient in Latin and Cyrillic are rare, and the Austro-Hungarian policy of Latinization during the First Weltkrieg left many Serbians skeptical towards Latin alphabet usage, while many Slovaks and Curvians arrogantly refused to accept Cyrillic as an equal to Western script. Something has to be done about this disparity and swiftly, but for now we have to work with what we have. So while we still have 12 political power, I would love to spend it all because it's going to cause us to lose political power. We're going to invest. The most important group to invest in is the Croats because they're going to have a mental breakdown if we don't. And then the next important is the Slovenes for the same reason. And then the next important group is probably the Bosniaks, who are, again, having a mental breakdown. We probably want to also invest in the Serbs and in other Yugoslavs. We have 3 political capital. I think it's probably important to invest in the Croats as much as we possibly can, because they're having a mental breakdown. And then maybe 1 in the Slovenes. And then that will bring us to negative, but it doesn't matter. Everything's fine. Let's improve our production. 28 days, 26. Yeah. We will be able to renew the resettlement. The Bosniaks will even matter at us, but it will reduce the amount of political capital they demand. Which is nice. I like that. We did it. We renewed the resettlement. Let's get a Concordat with the Holy See. Holy See, Batman. So, the role of the Catholic Church in Yugoslavia is especially important to our Catholic citizens. We can make a Concordat with the Holy See to place the Catholic Church in Yugoslavia on the same footing as the Serbian Orthodox Church. So ensure the Catholic interests are adequately represented. Sounds awesome. That will make the Serbs more mad at us. Will make the Croats and Slovenes less. I think it's Croats and Slovenes. Yeah, it'll make the Croats and Slovenes less mad at us, which is great. That's exactly what we want. The Croats are currently apoplectic, and we like it when they're not that. 13 each turn is pretty great. I will take a look. Excellent. Take a look in a book. Croats, Slovenes are less mad. This is an expensive demand. Hey, they're demanding all of our political capital. Okay, sure. We do not have ethnic group relations at 8. We're not going to be able to get it there. If we get +2, that's going to be a net positive. But we probably want referendum federalism. Fire control is not important right now. Better military police is almost certainly good. Yeah, we need more light tanks. We need to actually start making them. I'm just going to do that right now. Boom. Nice, we have... Guys. KOTOR is now a core Tor. We can... Hey, we have expanded the submarine fleet. We will probably be able to control the Bosphorus at some point. Are we still doing the thing that we're doing? Oh, yeah, and we're close to it, too. Alright. We probably want to control the Dardanelles or the Bosphorus. Constantinople and Bursa. Probably want to control the Bosphorus, right? Make it an explicit goal. And you guys should probably be there. Hey, Sapper Fieldcraft, let's go. Engineering companies are way beefier. Time for the beef eaters to make the deployment. This is a stupid looking Hungary, but whatever. Oh my gosh, these guys have a focus tree? That's so good. Look at that. We've retained the liberal traditions. Very cool. Cooperation with our liberators. Hey, it's us, your liberators. Still no Czechoslovakian tree. Sad face. Anyways. Not bad. Let's just get better mountaineers. Or maybe better everything. Better tanks. Let's get a Concordat with the Holy See. Holy See, Batman. Can we get referendum federalism? We can. It's definitely better to get referendum federalism. One of Ljubomir Stodanovic's ideas to ensure the stability of the United States of Yugoslavia was referendum federalism, allowing any territorial entity within Yugoslavia to hold a referendum to establish a separate federal state if they succeed. This will be a powerful tool in stabilizing Yugoslavia. And indeed, it will be. Pretty valuable. Ugh, insufficient energy. Give me your Czech coal, Slovakia. I think I'm actually gonna, like, buff the defenses there even further. Maybe start building some coastal forts in case anyone decides to try something cute. Probably build a fort here. Probably want to improve even further our defensive line there. There we go. Somalia declares war on Ethiopia. Again? I thought they'd already did that. We want more reliability. Okay, we can shared instructors or the other thing. I still don't know why attack versus soft attack. Isn't attack just better? Whatever. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with shared instructors. Nice. And then maybe after this we go rangers. Because, sure. Why not? Uh-oh. Sure. Joining the anti-international pact. Ever since the collapse of Germany's sphere of influence in Europe, Russia has been eager to exploit its position as the leading anti-communist power in Europe. Today, they announced measures to contain the socialists and prevent their expansion, inviting all threatened nations to a common alliance. As one of the few remaining nations in Europe not part of any alliance. That's not true, but okay. We've naturally been invited to join the pact. While protection against syndicalist nations sounds helpful, many are worried this alliance has more strings attached than it might seem. Furthermore, we have no clear sign the International has any plans to attack us. We have to decide if it's worth starting up to. Sure. I mean, we're already in your faction, but yeah, let's go. I would love to poke at the Swiss state, but, you know. Alright, these guys are syndicalists. These guys are radical socialists, These guys are totalists. This situation's very stupid. Alright. Rolling it on. Ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if this is going to take political power. The answer is probably. Oh my god. Okay, Yugoslav Germans protest discrimination. Alongside millions of their fellow Slavs, Yugoslavia also inherited over 500,000 Germans from the former lands of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, concentrated in Slovenia, Croatia, and especially Vojvodina, where they are one of the largest ethnic groups in a highly diverse region. They are the descendants of immigrants and colonists who arrived over the centuries of Habsburg rule. Now, following the rule from Belgrade, these Germans lost their privileges and status, and are more often than not treated as a potential fifth column. Stand by. Excuse me. Now, following a rule from Belgrade, the estates of German landowners were seized and distributed. The Swabian German Kulturbund faces legal issues ever since its inception, as government officials see any organized German minority as a threat to the state. Frustrated by this discrimination, a collection of German intellectuals have made a petition demanding change. They state they are loyal citizens of Yugoslavia and should be treated as ones, not as a traitor recruitment center. We should make a few promises, and by that I mean spend all our political power, capital, so we don't lose anything. So we should invest into the Croatians. We'll invest first into the Croatians. 1, 2, 3, 4. We will then invest into the Bosniaks. 1, 2. We will then invest into the Slovenes. 1, 2, 3. We'll then invest into the Serbs. 1, 2, 3. And then we will invest into the other Yugoslavs. And then we'll make a few promises. Haha. We already spent the political capital. We can't lose it. Now, that does lock us out from doing anything, but except, haha, no, it won't, because we're going to have referendum federalism, which is going to give us extra political capital. Okay, what? Alright, these guys are not in a faction. They also decide to conquer all of Central America. Right. I forgot. This is the Mexico World Conquest run that they decided to do. Alright, either way, I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.